Howdy, and welcome to The Lunch Table, a podcast where we try to make people laugh. Really, everyone's accepted as long as you got a sense of humor around here. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know what he's doing. And that guy's stone facing me, looking like he's gonna bend me over the table. That's right, my right hand man. Mr. Google himself, my co-host, Drew. I'm the king of jelly bellies. Lotsonizer.
How you doing?
Took you a minute. Were you on dial-up, huh?
Yeah. I think between the two of us, we can make that work. We can come up with a whole dial-up sound.
Oh, yeah. Just a whole episode of dial-up sound.
Right. It's going to be the new ringtone.
Just an hour's worth of us making sound.
We're going to need a cigarette break in there if it's going to be an hour, dude.
And the guy who would be making beeping noise with his mouth. That's right. Your host with the most.
Sound of when you beep up backwards.
Ooh.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
I do. When I throw it back, I do like to make beeping noises.
Hey, girl, won't you back that ass?
You know, it's because I got a flat back end, so unless I make noise, you don't even know it's back there.
Right. There's no mirror that'll be able to have you see.
That's right. Your host was a flat ass Carl Jones. It's been a lifetime problem of no back end.
Technically, I have a flat ass, too.
Yeah, you do. You do, but not as flat as mine. Mine's like typical man butt.
Yours is like a cell phone size wide, and mine's like a 50-inch TV.
Yours is curved.
My computer's a curved. Did you know that curved TVs they don't really sell anymore?
Well,
They must not have done well.
No, that's because people didn't understand what they were for. They were for head-on viewing.
Yeah.
You know, like to sit straight in front of it. So when people would buy like a 60-inch and no one could see it from the sides, they get all pissed. But let's get into it. Howdy, Fulton. Jeez, welcome to The Lunch Table. That's right, a podcast made for everyone.
No more mistakes this month.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I get. Spider-Man won't save me no more.
You get a fresh counter at the beginning of the next month, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's a nice guy
I'm
like
gonna keep track of that.
He's a nice guy like that. Yeah.
Oh no, this is me.
Oh, you're dressing like
I
Spider-Man.
am your savior.
You're more like when Spider-Man turned into the human spider.
I am like Jesus who ate all the food and wine.
He's like, you see all this fish and bread? It's for me.
Yeah. Come on, dude. You got to be somebody my size to have as many churches as we have eat his body and blood.
Hey, dude, it technically works. They can't crucify you if you can't hang up there.
They never specifically say what part of the body that you're eating. What if he was like, hey, I'm going to take that flesh out of my butt?
I don't think it is. I feel like butt flesh would be juicier. Like,
Yeah.
This thing is a dry ass cracker. What's the driest part of you? That's what he's feeding.
Feet?
Yeah, he's feeding you his calloused feet. Just cut off a corn.
No. That's a question that I do want to dive into here. What is the driest part of your body?
That's
Scalp.
Scalp?
Would probably be up there.
Yeah.
Your arms. Your arms are
usually
super
dry
dry
hands.
unless you...
Your hands, because you're always putting them in stuff and chemicals, so they'll dry them out.
Right.
Feet, though, feet are dry as fuck.
Right.
Like, mine are calloused as a motherfucker.
Yeah. But like when you sweat, they get wet.
Yeah, but that's every part, and every part sweats. But what part holds on to moisture better than others? And I think we know armpits, crotch.
Right.
The
So
folds.
it's none of those.
Yeah, the folds. None of the
wouldn't be one of
folds.
those.
None of the belly buttons. None of the holes.
So we are talking like scalp.
Yeah, scalp or like either the top of you or the bottom of you.
The back of your neck gets kind of sweaty.
Yeah,
Bottom of
because
mine
it
gets
has
sweaty.
it gets creases, but it gets creases in them.
Yeah.
So, like anywhere where a crease would be, I would say would be the moisture holding areas. But the driest part definitely feet or scalp.
It's like the porterhouse.
Yes. The soft, easy.
I like
parts.
the sirloins. I want meat with my meat, not fat with my meat.
Well, most scavengers, just to let you know, most scavengers usually start eating from the butthole because that's the easiest place of entry. It's the softest place. Yeah, so they eat you from that way out. They don't care if you're alive or dead.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, my Lanta.
Tell whoever it is to fuck off.
Jesus.
Is that a woman?
No, it's my brother. So, yes. So, yes, it is a woman. Drew.
So, Carl, today I have a plan.
Okay,
Are
yeah.
you ready to hear it? Stan.
Yeah, Marsh.
You'll get why that's funny.
Stan Marsh.
So, for the last
Literally almost every
15
episode.
years, at least. Yes, but it's gotten compounded by the last few episodes. You've been dropping that you watch South Park.
Oh,
all the time.
Really?
You watch it in the background.
So,
you watched every episode like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
and I can't find the time to watch it once.
It's it's something that I do watch all the time. And I think really the thing that probably really instigated this is the fact that it sucks. There's a South Park episode that fits right into this. Right?
Of course there is.
Of course there is. So at one point Butters keeps trying to do stuff, and every time he does something, they're like, "The Simpsons did it." The Simpsons did it. And he gets all mad. And it reminds me of our episodes because every time we're doing something, I'm like, "Oh,
that happened on South Park."
That happened on South Park." So I think it got to the point where people are like, "Okay," you're just like, "Okay, let's see how much South Park you actually know."
Right.
Which I don't claim to be a super fan. I just claim to seen it a bunch.
Right.
So this is actually, I wonder how much knowledge I have held.
How much retained?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take something that you like, and I'm hopefully going to shit on it just like you did with the pop culture quiz.
Yes, that's actually what it reminded me of. There's a pop culture trying to get back at me. I knew it was coming. So before we get into that, man, we touched about it lightly on the last episode, but I kind of want to dive a little bit into it, just a little bit deeper. But we were talking about bowling and how we finished up.
Right.
Okay, dude. And let me tell you, that whole experience was something new.
Yeah.
Being
Being kind of a charge?
Yeah, well, and having to make the rules. So first, no one wanted to help us make rules or anything. So we had to make all the rules ourselves. Then we had to get it all, affiliated and whatnot. And then we had to go and search for sponsors or get teams. And then everyone gets together. Then they're all looking for you to leadership. And it's funny because the same people who don't want to help you write rules more than willing to complain about the ones that are down there.
Right.
So, we had our meeting, right?
Yeah.
And, dude, it was such a, I don't know, man. It was such a great feeling because, I just told all the guys to come to a spot. They all followed me. I ran the whole thing. I got the point, talked to people. I almost pulled out a talking stick. I'll probably pull that out at the next one because people have problems waiting to talk.
No, actually, I think that was fair. Have you ever done an official meeting like that?
Yes. Well, I haven't ran one, but I've been in them through other sports and stuff.
Okay.
At least of that sense.
That's not bad. Sometimes it gets crazy. When you have an open forum like that to where people can talk whenever they want, some people feel that they need to let things known and they just let it go. And if that means over other people, it means over other people. I think it was fairly tame.
Oh, yeah. I think it was very tame. But a lot of the other ones I've been to, it's not an open talk like that. You have to raise your hand. You present your point.
It's not fucking school.
Well, see, I think it's easier that way. Because there was times where 2-3 people were talking. Okay, well, now I can't hear all your points.
Well, you were in the middle, which means you had to turn to people.
Yeah, well, and I was trying to direct it.
Yeah.
I would tell people to shush for a second, wait, he's talking. And I tried to give everyone their own voice because it does matter. Even though only certain people got the vote, I wanted everyone to at least speak their piece.
Right.
And it helps me with the league. But
as a person who is not even going to be in the league next year,
right,
still felt like I had a voice, and I even threw some stuff out.
Yeah, and they were great ideas.
General things.
And they were great ideas. And that's the thing, man. When it comes to running something like that or leading, you got to listen to everyone. Hardly anyone's going to say anything that really matters.
Yeah.
But if you shut yourself off to not listening to people, you're going to miss that big one.
Right.
And a broken clock is right twice a day. You just got to know which advice to take.
It depends on how broken it is. If it's complete, this is a thing that I wanted to get into. If you have a stopped clock, if you have a clock that is not running, it is completely right twice a day.
Yeah. Not an analog clock, though.
If you have a clock that, like the ones in your cars, this happens all the time with them, where it seems like it's only 59 seconds that makes up a minute, then it's wrong. And continuously wrong for the next so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Because it is on the wrong track, it is always wrong. Mm-hmm. That's a broken clock. That's not right twice a day.
I mean, true. I guess it matters
but
which level
that's a
broken.
future problem when that saying was made.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, when it was made, there was, well, and back then with sundials, you wouldn't have a broken. Well, would it be right if it was broken? It wouldn't count the shadow.
It wouldn't even show. No.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was probably just a very small time period where that really worked as a saying. But
what about daylight savings time?
They're getting rid of that. Did you see that?
What if it's stuck on like 2 a.m. and it's not right?
So I always
maybe it's right 3 times a day because it comes back to it.
So I always had a theory with daylight savings time and skipping what is that? Is it a day where we skip? Don't we skip a day?
You spring forward and fall back.
No. For people's birthday, isn't there a month where
leap year?
Leap year. So for leap year, and with us always changing the time, I've wondered if at one point we got off track, like you said, and slowly been off track. And now we're just like, the weather really isn't changing. We're just so confused on what time of year it is because we've been following this clock, which is a man-made idea. Yeah. You know, like, time is not a real thing. It's just judging how much sunlight we have. It's just a man-made kind of construct. So it could be very easy that we're wrong.
No.
Yes. Time is not real. How much light is on us is real. But the fact of time, like 12 o'clock's not a thing. Unless you want to say it's because of position of the sun. But then that even changes. Because we're evolving around the sun. So it really is a man-made idea. You can say we have day and night. And you can try the calculating any time you want. Yeah. But even 24 hours isn't correct. Because I think there's only 23 in some.
That's the leap year. That's why we made it 24.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Or, we're just making up things. Like, I get it that we need it to run society so people can be like, I'll get here at like 6 o'clock and not, when the sun's up.
Right.
But realistically, there's no such thing as 6 o'clock. It's just, that's where the sun is. That's kind of how we named the position of the sun.
If I hand you a fruit that you've never seen before, mm-hmm. and it's a brand new fruit, newly discovered, and I give it to you, and you name it. Yeah. It's going to be forever known as that name. Yeah. That is essentially what people did with time. Just because the thing is something that you called it and you thought up the name doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
But it's not. Because, like, you can block the sun. The sun's a real thing that you can block, right? If you wanted to. It's a physical thing. It's a physical matter. Wind is still physical matter. There's something to it. There's nothing to time besides our mind and the way we're tracking that. So, like, yeah, it has a name, but it's not even a real thing. Because what if I followed the sun? Okay, what if I stayed with the sun? Then there is no time.
We rotate around the sun, mm-hmm. and us making one trip is 1 year. Mm-hmm. We just called it 1 year. Every time length mm-hmm. other than the year is just a break off of that. So they called it months. So
not really, because you're 12. Physically, like, okay, we call it year because we've seen us physically move all the way around. Yeah. And you can name the different positions time if you want, but it doesn't make it time. Like, time is, there's no such thing as noon. It's just when the sun's up at the very top of us. And that can change. That could easily change. Yeah. The tilt of our Earth could change. Then what? All of our time has changed now? So
our axis doesn't tip.
But it could. It could. Like, any of this could change, right? And then all of time now it wouldn't stick to the theory that it has. It wouldn't stick to what it has.
In order to do that, it's going to be a big thing.
Well, sure.
We're all going to die. We're
but-
not going to know at that point.
But that lets you know that time's just something we made up. It's a construct that we made up, and we stress ourselves over this thing that we made up. No different than like you look at society. You know, it's just a lot of what is society is a man-made construct. Because when it comes to Mother Nature and what is natural, holy crap, is it crazy? You ever see killer whales where they just torture things for fun, and the biggest, meanest things just get to live? Like, that's Mother Nature. We went, we don't like that. So, like, a lot of stuff we do is contradictory to what is, like, nature, I guess. But all right, we don't go down even a darker tunnel. Do you have anything you want to talk about before your week? Before we get into this? If not, jump right into it, bud.
I've been making a lot of plans. Mm-hmm. Because it's getting nice out. I'm in a different frame of mind. And I'm trying to catch up with people. And I'm a social butterfly. I've been planning a lot of things. I've been planning a lot of cookouts. I've been planning a lot of card game nights. I've been planning this. I've been planning that. And I want to make you realize something. Mm-hmm. I have come up with a plan that I want to have, different groups of people for every cookout that I have. I'm deciding to have one cookout every month.
Okay.
So I want to have like high school friends at this one, college friends at this one, family at this one.
Oh God, that's all me.
Yes. That is exactly the realization that I wanted you to come to.
That is all me.
Right.
I know all those people. Dude, I have to thank you because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had a college experience.
Yeah.
Because you went to college and I was there chilling with you. I had a college experience. Ended up dating somebody that I, for 3 years. Learned a lot in that relationship, But it was a great time, man. And
was that your longest relationship?
Yes. Yeah, I do believe so.
Dang.
Yeah. 3, almost 4 years.
Growing up.
Yeah, I know, dude. And that was several years ago. She's married now with kids. Crazy how that works, huh?
Right. That could have been you.
Dude, the last girl I was with, too, remember, this was a bowling alley girl who tried to hit me up or whatever, and I was like, nah, we can't. I'm like, I don't want to be friends with you. Well, I went bowling yesterday, dude. She's pregnant as could be. I was like, holy crap. Like, dang.
Has it been 9 months?
Oh, it was not me, man.
Okay.
It's been longer than that. It's been a lot longer than that. I know.
Woo!
Was not mine.
Yeah. It's going to be like 10 years. I'm going to assume it's going to be 10 years before somebody comes up to you and goes, yeah, this is your son. You didn't know about it.
Although, it was me and that girl. We did have, it was a little bit of scare. I remember the one night. I was messed up. I don't know if we were drinking or what. But it was around the holidays, so I was all kind of messed up. And we do the deed, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? I'm planting the seed tonight because I'm drunk and I don't feel like, doing whatever. And plus, she would always be like, oh, I'm on the pill or whatnot. Usually I wouldn't. I don't usually trust girls.
No.
I just don't. I shouldn't say I don't trust women. I don't trust the pill. I just don't trust the pill. Don't trust it.
Like the dude from the Italian Job said, you can trust people, just don't trust the devil inside them.
Yes.
And when you drink, the devil comes out.
The devil comes out.
We're talking about Jesus and the devil this episode.
Woo! But I finished the deed and we finished up and whatever, and I fall asleep and I'm still on top of her, inside her, and I wake up the next morning that way. Dude,
did it get crusty?
It was in there. It kind of suctioned in there. So it was got to pull it out a little bit. Did you wake her up
when that popped?
Yeah. She's like, yeah. And she laughed. She's like, yeah, you kind of fell asleep like that. So she knew. She just left it. Which, I mean, it is my fault. But, so that had me worried for a while, but nothing came of it. That was so long ago, nothing came of that. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. But, so yeah.
I've had scares too, man.
What was your closest?
I legitimately had to sit down with my mom and be like, you about to be one. You about to be a grandma. Another one. You about to have another grandkid. getting into too many graphic details, there was a problem. And then it didn't manifest itself.
With whom? You don't have to say the name, but can you hint to me to who?
The
1, 2, 3. I know the orders.
One.
One. Okay.
One.
Dang.
Which eventually became 2.5.
Wait, when I say one, I'm thinking about the high school one.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So, gotcha.
So Morgan's 4.
Yeah. Morgan's 4, yep.
Okay, the 2.
2.
Which became 3.5.
Yeah. Yes.
When you retread back through a relationship after a while, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It is.
The way that I was explained that before is when you smoke a cigarette,
yeah,
and you ash it out like half a cigarette, and then you come back to that cigarette, it does not taste good.
No. I don't know why people ever do that. Finish your cigarette or throw it away.
Oh, you stash it back in the pack, and then it makes all the rest of the pack smell.
Oh, yeah. Not Gucci. Not Gucci.
So speaking of not Gucci,
Yeah.
I have a little quiz for you. Like I said, South Park quiz. We're gonna get through that. We're running out of time here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sidetracking with
I've already thought about the punishment.
Oh, dang. Why do we gotta have punishments?
One punishment.
What is it?
Your choice of one of two. I either get to running slap your butt or your thigh on video.
Okay.
Which one of the two?
My ass.
You're going to take your ass?
Oh, yeah.
Your ass is going to be on camera.
Oh, you mean bear?
A bear.
Well, yeah, but if my thigh's on camera, that means my dick will be on.
Nah, you can be sitting.
Kind of hard to hide that guy. No, my ass, I guess. Everyone can see my nasty, flat ass. It'll be a punishment for both people.
I'm going to Purell the shit out of my...
Dude,
that way it stings when I smack and draw blood.
That's why when I lay thy dick, I never turn around.
Okay.
Don't want him to see it. Yeah. No, I'm fine. You can't look at it.
No reward, no switch for this one, because people just don't want to see my ass regardless.
We're saving you there.
Right. All right, so I got a couple easy questions. I got a couple medium questions. And, of course,
Hard.
I got some hard questions.
Okay. Well, let's get into it, bud. Let's see how much I know. I do watch it enough. I should know some of these.
Okay. One of the very famous episodes, the terms and service conditions of Apple.
Yeah.
Human
centipede.
Who
Kyle.
gets attached to an iPad and 2 other humans as part of Apple's agreement?
Kyle gets attached.
Kyle.
Proflosky.
So tell us a little more about that episode.
So it's actually, I really love that episode. It starts.
You're right, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. It starts out with Kyle getting a new iPad, and he's opening it and going through everything I did with my computer. You know, and as you turn it on, there's just all these terms and whatever, and you see him click right through it. Well, later on in the episode, next thing he knows, people are knocking on his door telling him that he's going to be part of this human human experiment. He's freaking out. He's like, oh, what the heck? He goes to school. He's like complaining about it. And everybody at school's like, well, yeah, dude, you didn't read the terms and services? That's why we don't have one. And he's like, no, who reads those? You know, because I've never read one.
And it's all like a big giant setup from Steve Jobs.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's trying to fight a lawsuit about not getting people reading the terms and service.
Right. So he goes to court, tries to fight that he shouldn't be part of this human centipede thing, loses. Because they're like, well, no, you signed it.
Yeah.
You accepted it.
It read it.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Makes you really read before accepting.
Yeah. I don't, but you should.
Well, like, people don't understand this, but TikTok has a right to your microphone.
Yeah.
In terms and services, so they can turn it on and off whenever they want and record you.
Damn.
Yeah, they have the right to it. That's what you accept when you sign on to that.
One of the other main characters. What is Butter's last name?
Butterscotch.
Okay. Spell it for me.
Scotch?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. SCHOTT?
It's just like a regular butterscotch.
Oh, okay.
STOTCH.
Oh, okay.
So I'll still give it to you. Not bad. Not bad. You like Butters? Is he one of your favorites?
There's a lot of yeah. I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but his episodes are always. See, Butters is easily he believes in the good of people.
Okay.
So Cartman always uses them. So lots of times when you see Butters, there's a lot of crazy things going on, like in the Lahi Mexican. Or when they dressed him up like a dog and everyone thought he was a dog. Or because he got a Chinese star in his eye. Yeah. Great.
In season 12,
Oh, God.
who challenges Cartman to a fight for his breast cancer jokes?
Oh, Wendy. Testerberger.
And who is Wendy?
Wendy Testerberger. That's Stan's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore, but yeah. It's so for like the first 3 seasons, Stan would throw up every time he tried to kiss her and stuff. He gets so nervous, just throw up on her. That's a joke I miss. They don't do it anymore. I miss that joke. They were dating, but every time she came around, he gets so nervous, he's like, bleh.
What job does Mr. Mackey do at South Park Elementary?
Oh, he's a school counsel.
He is the school counselor.
Yeah, counselor.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. He actually gets a wife later on, who has a big head just like him. Okay.
All right. So we're moving on to the medium ones. Those ones were way too easy.
Yeah,
You knew too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I would. Yeah.
What is the name of Stan's abusive older sister?
Oh, jeez. Oh man, give me a second. I know this too. Stupid Stan. That's how she talks too. Oh man, what's her name? I can see her face and everything. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know for now. I think it starts with a T.
Close.
I don't know. I'm gonna take an L on this one.
Her name is Shelly.
Shelly! Oh, God dang it! I knew it. Damn it, Shelly. That's what it is. Damn it, Shelly. Ah, damn, I knew that too. I could see her face. She was braces. She would beat him up all the time. Yeah.
What summer staple gets banned in South Park in season 2?
Summer staple. Jesus. God. Man, these are hard.
This is medium.
Jesus Christ. In season 2.
Season 2.
So that's real early.
Real early.
Now, when they say summer staple, like barbecues, is that what they mean? Like
yeah,
a
it's
fest?
something that is a summer staple in the real world. Yes.
Okay. Is it a fair? Their cow fair? Like their cow festival?
No.
No?
Give you 2 more guesses.
Okay, 2 more guesses. Baseball?
No, but you're on the right track. It is a generic thing like that.
Okay. Summer staple. What's another thing that happens in the summer? Vacations. Summer vacations?
Let's see if I can help you through this. Give you
Yeah.
one last guess. It's something that happens on the 4th of July.
Oh, no more fireworks.
No more fireworks.
Yeah, because is that the one where someone blew off their hand, I think.
What commercial mascot tells everyone he has AIDS in season 6?
Is it Philip?
Philip what?
Well, it's just Philip and Terrence. But I don't know what their names would be.
Commercial mascot. That's like a show guy, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, who's commercial mascot? Ours or theirs? Because like,
I think it's both.
okay. So like Mickey Mouse? Like, is that what they... I'm not guessing Mickey Mouse, but I'm
Yes.
like something like
somebody
that.
like that.
And they have AIDS.
Yep.
Commercial mascot.
Season 6.
Season 6.
Kind of early.
Is it Jesus?
It's not. Jesus has AIDS in the South Park universe?
They use them a lot. It's kind of funny.
No, the Subway guy.
Oh, Jared.
Jared from Subway.
Yeah, Jared from Subway. Well, that was kind of a weird one. But yeah.
So you're at 5 and 2.
2.
So we'll see.
Dude, some of these are ridiculous.
Yeah. What is the name of the boy band the boys start in season 4? You know how they shoot their album cover with everybody looking a different direction?
Oh, you mean, okay. So there's 2 bands in that.
Oh, really?
There's one that Cartman starts with Kyle and the boys. Mm-hmm. Then they break up over a fight. Then Cartman starts his own band.
Okay. Do you know both of them?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think the one's called like Splooge or something weird. Sploot, I think it is, with the boys.
Okay.
Because they end up getting mad at Cartman and whatever, and they make a protest. And then Cartman's is, oh my God. I know, his songs are funny. The one goes, I can feel your salvation all over my face, Jesus. It's something one, ain't it? I feel like it's something one.
Everybody can make a hit song.
Yeah, everybody can. Then he gets real pissed because he figures out he can't go platinum, only myrrh.
because he's Christian rock.
Because he's Christian rock. That's the one with Tolkien. By the way, his name's not Token, it's Tolkien.
Yeah.
And
like J.R. Tolkien.
Yes, and that's where Cartman goes up to him, tells him to get his bass from his basement, and he's like, I don't have a bass. And he's like, Tolkien, you're black. You have a bass in your basement. And the next day he shows up and he's like, you were right. I had a bass in my basement.
Fuck you, Cartman.
Fuck you, Cartman. He's like, okay, now play it. I don't know how to play the bass. You're black. And they start slapping it. Faith 1.
I have Finger Bang.
Oh, no. Okay, that's a whole different episode.
Oh, okay.
So Finger Bang, because these might be in different seasons, but Finger Bang is where they literally start an NSYNC band. And they're like, bang, bang. That's like their hit. Bang, bang. And they do a whole thing in the school. And Kyle doesn't want to join. And finally he joins at the end with a long, curly, like, red hair. And he starts dancing and everyone's over it. It's making fun of, like, High School Musical.
Damn. All right, so I'm going to defer that one. That one's not a win for you or I.
Okay.
So you're still 5-2.
Well, I probably would have been wrong. I think the one I'm talking about is probably a different season.
What's the name of Stan's gay dog?
You know what? What's funny is I know who voices him. George Clooney voices.
Really?
Yep. He has one line in that entire episode, and it's bark. Man, I don't know. It's the dog that they would do Red Rocket with. Oh, man. What's the name of that dog? I'll say, I know it's wrong, but Scooter.
You're going to kick yourself when you hear it. Name of our buddy.
Oh, Sparky.
Sparky.
That's what it is. Yeah, Sparky the dog.
All right, so 5, 3, and 1.
It's funny that I know what you're referencing, but I don't know the names.
All right, season 1.
Oh, God.
What starving Ethiopian child is accidentally sent to South Park in episode 1?
Starvin' Marvin.
Starvin' Marvin.
Starvin' Marvin. then they send a goat. I think Kenny gets sent there, or gets left there because they go visit. So they send a goat to try to get Kenny back, and they send Starvin' Marvin.
All right, so 6, 3, and 1. Let's do one more medium one here. When someone poops in the school urinal, who gets called in to solve the mystery?
I got such a racing clue right now. They're the twin boys from the book series. Man, what are their names? I don't know. Oh. I got such a raving clue right now.
You're on the right track.
No, I know it's the two detective boys from a book series.
Yeah.
I know it. I just don't know their names. The something brothers.
Something brothers.
What brothers are they? God dang it. Because they walk around and they get, like, it's very sexual every time they see a clue. You're like, oh my God, I'm getting such raging clues right now. I'm getting such a raging clue. I'm going to get my clue glue all over. Oh my God, what is her name? Something Brothers. It's not Detective Brothers because that's too obvious. Shit. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. Some of my favorite wrestlers share this name.
Some of your favorite wrestlers?
Yeah.
I don't even know your favorite wrestlers.
Not clicking? Not making any clicks?
Besides, like, Big Show, like, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. The Lucha Bros.
Ooh, we're kind of close.
Uh-oh.
Something boys.
Something boys.
Both have long hair.
The Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys!
The Hardy Brothers. That's what it is.
The Hardy Boys are the ones that come in to solve the mystery.
Yeah, dude. And they come in as it's. If you haven't seen it, I love that episode.
Well, this actually says the Hardly Boys.
Yeah, the Hardly Boys.
But it's pretty close.
And so the one who did Dookie in Urinal, do you know who Dookied?
Mr. Garrison.
Stan. Stan thought it would be funny. And it was not. You know the one who found it?
Wendy.
No, we actually talked about him, the school counselor. He finds it and he gets so upset that that someone dookied in the urinal. He's like, someone dookied in the urinal, okay? And like, he cannot let it go that he hires professionals to try to find out who dookied in the urinal.
Is that the same guy that grows a penis on the back of a rat?
No, that's Mr. Garrison.
Okay.
That is their teacher, who actually becomes the president and is all orange like Trump.
Speaking from experience, don't dookie in a urinal. I've had to clean it up when I worked at the gas station. It's bad.
Yeah. Who dookied in the urinal, okay?
All right.
Hardly Brothers, that's who it was.
So I can't in good conscience call that a green one. So you're 6 and 4.
Okay.
Moving into the hard ones.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm doing better than you did on the quiz.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, now we're getting to the hard ones. So.
Well, to be fair, I even knew those ones. I just didn't know the exact one. You gave me like multiple choice.
What celebrity did Stan think he saw in the Brazilian rainforest?
God damn. Now, I don't even remember this episode. The Brazilian rainforest, huh? Who did he think he saw? Britney Spears.
Hold me closer.
Tiny Dancer.
Tony Danza.
Elton John.
No, it's Tony Danza.
Oh. Why did you start out with Little Dancer, though?
Because
By
that's
Elton
a
John.
common thing. Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
I've never heard
Some
that.
people say it wrong.
No. No, it's Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer.
I'm going to have to bleep this. But who leads the Scout Squirts?
Ike? I don't know.
Shlomo.
I don't even know. I think he's like an elf type thing. I don't know.
All right, so we're at 6 and 6 here. And 1. Do you know who Pip is?
Yeah, he's the English kid.
Okay. What is Pip's last name?
Oh, God. He's in one episode, real quick. And they send him home and they beat him up. I don't even know his last name. I know he's Pip, though.
What country is he from?
England.
Okay, so you're 7.
He's from England. And he's just real nice, and he tries to make friends, and they all hate him because of his accent. I don't know, Bean Lover? Fuck if I know.
Pirrup. R-R-U-P.
Pip and Pirrup.
Pip Pirrup.
Usually their names have a thing to them, you know?
Pip Pip Cheerio.
Pip Pip Cheerio.
So we're 7 and 7 and 1.
771.
Who conducted the recorder concert that made the world poop its pants?
I remember that episode. Because they all changed the notes. Think Mr. Mackey.
It's not Mr. Mackey.
Is it Miss Chokes on Deck?
Nope.
Mr. Garrison.
No.
Really? So some music teacher that they probably did once.
It's a celebrity.
It's a celebrity?
It's a celebrity.
Oh, okay, so they're talking about who ran it for all the schools, not who ran it for their school.
Who conducted the recorder concert that made it.
So everyone that pooped, huh? Because they all had to meet together for it. Who conducted it? I don't know. Fuck if I know. Elton John or something?
Yoko Ono.
Oh, because she ruined the Beatles. That's why. That's the joke there.
All right, so 8-7.
Yeah.
We're close, man. We're
What?
close here. Get the score's close.
Oh.
Half knowing. All right, let's do some more names ones. These one might be a little easy. What is Stan's grandpa's name?
Oh, fuck if I know. Stan's grandpa, because he always calls him grandpa, and he always calls Stan Billy. Damn it, Billy. Let me see. Randy calls him his dad. So it's not like his name gets thrown around a bunch. Mr. Marsh.
Marvin.
Marvin Marsh.
Marvin
Okay.
Marsh.
Marvin the Martian. That's why. There's a joke on it.
There.
That's why.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
What is Miss Cartman's first name?
Oh, God. You'd figure I know this, too. Because they say all the names. I know Sheila is Kyle's. So that's not Sheila. I forget Stan's mom's name, too. Sherry. Sherry Stan's mom's. Shit. What is her name? Trying to think. What's Kenny's mom's name? I can't even think of Kenny's mom's name. I don't know. What's her name? What's her name?
Leanne.
Leanne.
Leanne is Miss Cartman's first name. I got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
You are 10-7, I believe.
No, we were I was 1 down. So now, if anything, I'm 2 down. So the last 2 I can even up.
Okay, so 7-9.
Yeah.
7-9. The last 2. Let's see if we can make this normal. What is the name of Mephisto's literally little buddy?
Fuck if I know, dude. You gotta stop asking me names. Start asking me what happens in episodes. I don't give a fuck about half the characters' names. I don't know. Igor?
Igor? Kevin.
Kevin.
All right, the last question here. What does Stan's dad do for a living?
Well, which season? He changes like 10 times. Right now, what he does is he grows pot for a living.
All right, so hit me with a couple, and I'll ring it if we
Okay,
come
first
up
he
with
was a geologist.
There it is!
Second-
You got geologist.
Second, he was actually lore.
Lord, yeah.
Then he grows pot now on a farm. So that's a trick question. Do I get 3? Because I knew all his jobs.
You know what? Missing one puts you even. I think that means that we need one more.
Okay.
Who has a boxing match with Jesus in season 1? For the win, a boxing match
The devil.
with Jesus. Satan.
Yep. And Satan wins.
There you go.
Satan whoops his ass, actually.
12-11. Good job, buddy.
Ha-ha! Dude, I need to stop watching that show. Or at least start writing down names. One or the other. Because I'm like too much in the middle of knowing what happens, but not the important shit.
Right. Just remember this next time you're watching South Park. It saved you from being in pain.
That's okay. If you want to spank me, you can. Just not bare-assed. Were you impressed or not? What was your feelings on that?
Well, the reason that I picked a lot of those questions is because they're things that I did not know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know the name of Stan's mom. And I probably won't commit it to memory. Stan's grandpa.
You mean Cartman.
Cartman's mom. Yeah. Or Stan's grandpa.
Stan's grandpa. Well, which, once you said Martin, they mention it once. And I remember just like 3 days ago, I watched the episode where they take away all the old people's license. And they reference his name once.
Yeah.
But it's hard with some of those characters because, like, no one calls them by their name.
Yeah, it's all grandpa. Or
Miss Cartman.
Yeah.
You know, Mrs. Cartman, your son again, Eric. You know, so they really don't ever say Linda. And plus, she's a hermaphrodite. So it's not even a she, it's a he. That's his dad.
Ooh.
So if we want to get real technical, no one knows who his mom is.
She is. She's both.
No. They try to say that, but you can't impregnate yourself. So, like, yeah. If you go back, I think that's one of the earlier episodes. One of their first two-parters. With the geneticist and his little guy. Which, maybe that's who they were talking about. Kevin. The little guy.
No, that was Satan, or Mephisto.
Mephisto.
One question that I do know of, it's just a little bonus question. Let's see if you know it. Because you definitely should. I know it.
Yeah.
Kenny's family is the poorest in the school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When Kenny moves away, who becomes
Cartman.
the second?
Cartman, yeah. Yeah, Cartman is then the poorest because he's the only one in a single family.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good one. My favorite, too, one of my other favorites is when he destroys the toilet so bad from KFC. So he comes over and he hears a plumber talking about the toilet and how it's like just straight up destroyed or whatever. And somehow he thinks it's him because people are playing a joke on him and they just won't talk to him. So he thinks he's dead. So when he's going back to his house and they're talking about, oh no, the body's all torn apart. We're going to have to throw it away. And his mom starts crying. Really? She's not crying. She's just getting the dick laid to her. Because she's a hoe. So then he thinks he's dead all episode, and Butters keeps talking to him, and no one lets Butters know that they're not talking to him. So then Butters thinks he's dead.
I'm curious. How many times has Kenny died?
Oh, jeez. A lot. And he keeps getting reborn.
If you had to give me a roundabout number, we're going to say...
It's in the hundreds.
Within 20.
Within 20.
Within 20 times.
Okay, there's been...
not just included in the series, though. Movies, video games.
I'm going to say 400.
400?
400 times.
You overshot a little bit. He's only died 126 times.
Okay.
Which seems kind of low. He always dies.
Well, no, he only died at like the first 4 seasons. Then they for a couple seasons he wasn't in it. He was dead for a while inside Cartman's body. Oh. Then eventually they brought him back. Then they stopped doing the joke. When they brought him back, they didn't kill him off like hardly at any. Then they started killing him off again once they made him a superhero. And they explained why he keeps coming back. It's because every time he dies, he gets born as a baby. As soon as he dies, his mother gets pregnant and has a baby, puts him into bed, and then in the morning he grows to whatever age he was when he died.
Damn.
All because they were in a cult.
So apparently he's died 98 times in the series, 12 times in shorts, 14 in video games, and twice in the movies.
Oh, dang.
Not bad.
What's crazy is when Matt and Trey, I think they're getting sued right now. You could look it up. I think they're going through a big lawsuit right now. But the cool thing is they make most episodes within a week, right? They're weekly made.
Yeah.
It's not like they make a bunch of these, wait for the season, and ship it. And that's how they stay on to current events. And for how great of a show it is, it's hard for me to believe that they only take a week of time preparing to make this episode. And it's written so well and everything. And you go and watch movies like we just watched, like Ant-Man. And it just shits the bed. And it's like, well, how long have you got to work on this? So... You find anything out about it?
I mean, they are. It looks like they are being sued.
Yeah,
$200 million.
Yeah, it's a A lot.
Over Warner Brothers sues Paramount over a South Park contract.
Oh, is that what it's over? Their contract.
Creators of South Park reneged on a more than $500 million deal with HBO and its parent company to sign an even more lucrative deal with Paramount to become a marquee offering of its streaming service. Damn.
That's what it was. Because I know I have it on HBO right now. But I do know there's certain episodes, like they did a special where the boys grow up.
Yeah.
Like during COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they grow up and show the future. Then they all go back in the past and do something. That's not on HBO. Even though all the seasons are, that's not on HBO. And it pisses me off because I haven't seen that. And it's only on Paramount.
Damn.
Which I thought HBO and Paramount worked together.
Is it just a different episode?
Yeah, it's like a special. It's like a regular, it's like a special, so they released it on cable or whatever as a movie, though. So it's like an hour some long, I think.
Maybe we'll have to do a takeout on it.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. But, so is there anything that, like, purely TV show-wise or movie-wise, you think I could ask and you pretty much nail it?
Dude, we talked about this just a little bit ago. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Dude, I am a major nerd with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I am more of a major nerd with Star Wars than I am with Marvel.
Well, and see, that's always surprised me. Marvel and Star Wars, because, like, I hang around you a bunch. You don't play a lot of, like, Marvel games or nothing.
Right.
And it's not, like, yeah, some of your stuff's Marvel, but not too much.
Right.
Same with Star Wars. It's not like we always had to play Star Wars games or we were always watching Star Wars or something. You know, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So it just surprises me that you hold all this information when it doesn't seem you watch it as much as I watch some shows and just don't even hold on to them.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it was Friday, or whatever it was. I came back home and I decided that I wanted to watch Star Wars and watched episode 3 for maybe 6-7 minutes and then turned it off. I was like, yeah, I already know what's going to happen. I don't really need to watch it again. I don't even know why I got in the mood thinking that I wanted to watch it.
Right. Which episode? 6, you said?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
So third one.
The third one. Actually, the best of... When it comes to 1, 2, and 3, I just like to go to the lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the dialogue sucks.
I mean, that's where I kind of skipped to. I skipped into the 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was the lightsaber duel between Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Count Dooku.
Oh, the Count
That was the
Dooku
one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
At the very beginning right there where he cuts off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the ending fight. I think when he cuts him in half and he turns to Darth Vader, I think that's the coolest lightsaber fight. I'll watch that over and over and over. I love the way it begins even. You turned against me? No, you did that to yourself, Anakin.
But you've never seen any of the TV shows or any of the animated shows that go along with it?
Well, I've watched Clones of the Wars and stuff like that.
Clone Wars.
Clone of the Wars. And, I really didn't even like those. Didn't like the anime style. The writings,
it builds up to a lot of stuff.
I really don't like, I don't know. It just didn't grasp me, dude. I didn't find it that interesting. I really don't like that Soko lady or whatever her name is. That Anakin trains. I think, I don't care.
So in the new Obi-Wan series, the live-action Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus, they actually go into that fight a little more. Because there's another fight between Vader and Obi-Wan. Still really good, really dark, really... It's nice.
Yeah? I'll have to go watch the fight. Because I've tried to watch Obi-Wan. I've tried to. It's too boring for me. Can't.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Same with The Mandalorian. I watched that for a little bit, and then I was like, not into it. I even watched where Boba Fett came, and I'll be honest, I wish I didn't. I liked Boba Fett being this random thing I really didn't know much about.
I like Star Wars so much that I gave myself a headache earlier this week.
Jeez.
I had some Star Wars Lego sets when I was a child. And I took them all apart and put them in a bin and used them to rebuild other things and things like that.
Yeah.
So I recently found that Lego bin.
Yeah.
I dumped them all over my bed.
Just spread them out.
And I rebuilt 2 of the Lego ships from
memory.
From 2001.
Jesus. Jeez.
No. I didn't rebuild them from memory. Like you can find the old manuals and stuff online, and I rebuilt them that way. But I had all the pieces, so I was like, "Fuck it."
When you make Legos, because we had one of your buddies on here who was like a professional Lego maker, way early in our career here. But do you have one of the things to ply apart the Legos like he does?
I have two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an orange one and I have a purple one. And
to me, I think if you,
I used to have one of the old ones that was like almost like a screwdriver size.
Oh, to me, if you can't get them apart with your fingers, that's on you.
Oh, I didn't use them. But why I gave myself a headache is because I was trying to search through all these parts and especially finding some of the small ones.
Yeah.
I took each of the Legos and separated them into colors. And then put them in individual Ziploc baggies. Oh, so now they are in the bucket, but in individual color Ziploc bags, man. My OCD was those 2 days. It took me 2 days to put everything away when I came back from work. But now I'll be able to find things.
See, I would have that would have been me.
That was me when I was young. That's why I ran into that bucket problem.
I mean, I don't know. I think I would do Legos more by size than color.
Yeah, but, well, it's easier to distinguish when you have something if they're all in the same color. So, like, now I have red. If I'm looking for a red piece, then I can spread all the red pieces out and go, okay, this is obviously too big. I don't need that one. I still am determining them by size, and that's easy to do, but I need the color first.
You do color, size.
Yeah.
So first you do separate them by color, now separate the size of the colors.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then there are also certain pieces that I know go to certain sets, so I set those off to the side and put them in their own little bag.
That's actually not a bad idea either. These are specialty pieces, basically. Right. Specialty. Was there one that you could never put together?
No. Most Legos are pretty easy. There's actually one that same buddy that was on, him and I built a Lego Millennium Falcon, one of the big ones. Yeah. It took us like 3 days to do. Jeez. Just because there's so many tiny little parts and everything goes together. I would find the pieces and put them out for him so that he could just put them together. So 2 of us working together. Jeez. Still took 3 days to build.
Still took 3 days.
It's huge, dude.
Is there anything that you went back to as a kid? Or, well, as a kid, you couldn't figure it out, but you went back to it as an adult, and you're like, oh, man, that's so easy. Like, I remember my one buddy, he was so excited he got a purple T-Rex transformer, that transformed into Megatron.
And couldn't change it back?
Well, it was hard to even figure out how they change him into Megatron with the directions, man. It was like a pain in the ass.
Oh, I should have called my brother, dude.
Well, that was years before I knew you. But,
he'll tell you the model number and what year it was made.
Oh, he probably could. That dude is legit. That's a guy you take to a trivia contest. But, like, or now that I'm older, I bet I could look back on it and probably figure it out easier. Or, like, music. Music to me has been that way. When I was younger, I didn't have the patience to listen to a lot of the stuff. Now that I'm older, it's just easier. It makes sense. Maybe I just have more of a passion now. But have you done that, like, with Legos? Oh, man, this is a bitch. I can never put it together. Then came back or something to it and went, oh.
Kind of, but it's not something that I never could do. In particular, Legos. Legos are easy. They're made for, young ages, and you put them together fine. No, watching movies. There are a lot of movies, especially that I've watched when I was a kid. You watch a movie 4 or 5 times, you think you know it. Yeah. Like Hook.
Yeah.
One of our earlier takeouts. Yeah. There is so much more that I noticed and so many jokes that I realized that I just didn't get when I was a kid. I didn't realize them. I didn't notice them. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And now that I'm an adult and I was kind of paying attention, I see them now. And it happens a lot.
Talking about a lot. You know what I like a lot?
What?
Plugs.
Like Glade plugins?
Sure. I like the ones with tails on them.
Like the guy from Sonic.
Yes, like his tail.
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. So if you're listening to us, it's probably on there. If you are,
you go ahead and do it.
We're on YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBG. That might be how you're watching us right now. So if you are,
press the like button, share the video, subscribe, and keep go ahead and doing that.
and if you're not,
Do it anyways.
we're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. That's how you can stay up to date on everything that we're doing, as well as some of the cool things, like join in the conversation, or, tell us what to do.
Yeah, tickle our funny bone. As you saw, you give us suggestions. We tried to do them.
Right.
Literally, our table's still sticky from the last one.
Sorry, that was me.
He did get excited. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. Yeah, I know Elon Musk fucked us out of 3 letters.
That bastard. We should write him a very opinionated letter.
Right. We're looking into a better alternative anyways.
Yeah.
That's how you can stay up to date on some of the stuff that we're doing, as well. Voting on our polls. He has a freckle on the left side. I do not. Tell us which one you prefer.
Why can't they take care of our polls, Drew? Whatever happened to that?
We're on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. He's been putting in a lot of work recently. Yeah. So if you want to build his ego and let him know that he's doing a good job in his work, do that.
Let Drew know. Drew works hard.
Throw a like. It doesn't take too long. Throw a like. Yeah, throw a fire emoji. Like
oh my god, dude. If someone throws a fire emoji, I will splooge.
And lastly, if you want to see us splooge, we're at OnlyFans. We're on Patreon at the Lunch Table BBJ. That's the other money one.
So when you had the camera set up and you said this was for film, you lied.
We're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be that person that gives a little bit extra, like CJ gives to me. That's the way to do it.
Just like that.
I just have to step back and
I just got to relax my throat.
Right.
Yes.
Let it slide on down.
Slide right down. Kind of like chugging syrup.
Wonder why we were sticky.
Do you remember, talking about movies, do you remember that guy's name who chugged syrup in the race? The rookie. Rabbit. His name's Rabbit.
In The Rookie?
No. He was the rookie.
Oh, from Broken Loser.
No. Well, I don't know what show he's from.
No, it's the group that those people are all together. The guys from Beer Fest.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Do you remember? Well, I told you it's Rabbit. All right. Drew.
CJ?
You got anything to tell the people?
Don't. Wait, there's a nugget of something here.
Don't.
Wait.
Don't
twist and shout. Stop, drop, and roll.
There you go. Stop, drop, and roll.
Thank you for joining me for figuring that out.
Yes. Thanks for keeping us on that ride, Drew.
It was a roller coaster, I know.
So, there you go. Always remember the stop, drop, and roll. Peace.
Yeah.